It's important for Hollywood, but I think it's important that we understand we're not doing it for Hollywood. If that makes sense. That's not why I'm doing it. Something you talked about earlier. What can young people get from this? If I had something to say to the young people as I look out and I see speckled around, I would love you to ask yourself one thing. Young people ask me, well, why is this important to me? I'm always hit with defense when I go to schools and I talk to young people and they say, well, that was a long time ago, I get it, thank you, but what does this mean for me? And I think it's important we ask ourselves, what is the difference between a young man in the 1940s or the 30s that found himself in this situation, and these two young brothers sitting here, the young sisters sitting in the back, when it comes to the capacity of their intellectualism. And I'll say nothing. There is no difference. Sometimes we look back and we see, these men who have served, and as young people, because I've been in this situation, I say to myself, man, they were smart. They hacked, man. You hear the accolades. Sometimes it lowers your self-esteem because you think, because of where we are now, because we haven't in many ways risen to the place where we think we should be, that there's something wrong with us. And I don't think that's the answer. I think that it's important that we understand that either something systemic has happened in this country that has caused the disparity we live in now, or we're inferior. And I don't believe we're inferior. So I think young people just need to understand that in the same way that these men were able to do what they did, we can do things now. But I think it's important we understand that there is something to struggle against. Frederick Douglass said, without progress, without struggle, there's no progress. There was an identifiable struggle in this time, and they went through what they went through. They could point at it, they could see it, they could feel it every day. And we've been tricked in some ways, especially the youth, into believing that because, we have President Obama, and I love President Obama, I can campaign for him, I met him, but that's not the end all. We cannot let that be used as a barometer for our community, especially now with our young people and where we are right now in our communities. So I would like young people, as I look out, to say to themselves, man, like if they could do this then, what can I do now for my community? And it doesn't take you don't even have to know what a socialist is to be able to know what you can do in your community. All you have to do is look outside and look and identify the things you want to change. Whether it be, oh man, there's trash in the streets when I'm in Bed-Stuy, but when I go to, I can get into it, but in LA, I go to Compton's, trash. And the second you hit La Brea, going to this, there's no more trash. Why? It's a small thing, but it's a big thing. And I think we can ask ourselves, what can we do about that? What can we do about the fact that we're at a 50% dropout rate in our schools, in the Black community? Because it's real. It's real right now. What can we do about the fact that so many of our brothers are going to prison and so few of them are going to college? And now there's a huge disparity in Black men and Black women going to college. And where are the Black men? You see all these articles, where are the Black men? Where are the young Black men? Where are the young Black men? But the second you ask that question, they say, President Obama, though. It's the truth. I see it every single day. And now prisons are privatized, so you have Starbucks owns a prison, Victoria's Secret owns a prison. So who's the workforce that are these people? They're buying prisoners. And we represent, 13% of the country and 50% of the prison system. What does that mean for us? What does that mean for these two brothers I keep looking at that look like they're no more than 11 or 12? If we don't do something as their leadership, where are they going to be? And I don't mean like, man, maybe one of them will make it out. We'll say, hey, he could be the next president. But what about the rest? There's a huge struggle right now. Very similar to what these men did. So just to answer the question, yes, I applaud Hollywood in the sense of George Lucas in making this film because it puts it on a platform. And now more people will go and they'll Google Tuskegee Airmen. More people will really dive into what the Tuskegee Airmen stood for. I just think it's important as our leadership, we draw a bridge between the Tuskegee Airmen and our young men right now.